Now please join me in welcoming Ms. McCannis, one of our Renaissance advisors.
Thank you, Caitlin. Good evening. I feel like I'm at church. Good evening. Thank you. Good evening, and thanks, Caitlin. And thanks to Hannah, so beautiful. It's distracting to speak now after hearing Hannah sing. On behalf of myself and my co-Renaissance advisor, Ms. Hazlitt and Ms. Lynch, I'd like to welcome you to our 24th annual Renaissance People's Choice Awards. The Renaissance People's Choice Award is an honor given to students nominated by faculty and staff of Cherokee for an academic achievement, an act of kindness, or simply having and making a positive difference. It is our goal as Renaissance to praise those who work hard to succeed in school while exemplifying compassion and goodness in their daily lives. For the past 24 years, our Renaissance People's Choice Award has been a high point for the school year for staff and students. Many of our current staff fondly recall being nominated when they were students here themselves. Students, there are 2,200 students at Cherokee High School, and this evening we are honoring just 61, roughly less than 3% of the student body. I'm the school librarian and not a math person, but I know that that is not very many, and you are the cream of the crop. Students, please know that this award means so much to the staff member who nominated you. Please remember to wear your People's Choice Medal at graduation with Cherokee pride. Parents and family members, congratulations on your student's nomination and enjoy the student's well-deserved moment to shine. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedules to attend. Just for note for teachers, the certificates for your People's Choice nominees are up here on the podium for you to hand to them after they receive their award. And without further ado, I'm going to pass the baton back to our MC, Caitlin Abdallah, to begin the awards. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. McCannis. We are now pleased to present this year's People's Choice Award recipients. Our first senior presenter will be Mr. Agnew.
Good evening. My People's Choice Award winner is Josh Gurgis. For 4 years, Josh has worked the sidelines of the Cherokee athletic fields and courts, taking action photo shots of our athletes during our competitions. Cherokee athletes have benefited from Josh's passion in photography by receiving many pictures of his work throughout the years. Josh will be sorely missed by all after he graduates in June, so congratulations, Josh, and thank you for your contributions to Cherokee athletics.
Our next presenter will be Mrs. Bell.
Ava Seward is a young woman who lights up any room that she enters with enthusiasm and life. Whether through her role as a peer in the classroom, a team member for field hockey or track, a buddy during social rec, or just out in the community, Ava instinctively knows how to engage those around her. Ava is genuine, optimistic, kind, and has contagious energy. Ava is the type of student you never want to see graduate because her life adds so much to the school in so many ways. Ava Seward.
Our next presenter will be Mr. Belleville.
My People's Choice is Amanda Butler. From the moment my People's Choice recipient stepped into this building, she has been determined to get the most out of her time as a Cherokee chief. Not only has this student performed well in her academic classes, but she has truly carved out her future in the sciences. She is an alumni of the New Jersey Governor's School of Engineering and Technology, a former presenter at the MIT conference held in Cambridge, a future Johns Hopkins Blue Jay, and an overall amazing young adult. It is my honor to introduce my People's Choice recipient, Amanda Butler. Amanda, thank you for allowing us to be part of your story.
Our next presenter will be Mrs. Bilodeau.
My People's Choice is Ethan Barone. Ethan has been the driving force behind Cherokee World Affairs Council since his freshman year. He led our team in the academic World Quest competitions through online and in person. Ethan led us to a virtual national competition his sophomore year and has had an unrelenting drive to return ever since. Ethan Barone is a great leader and role model for all 4 years at Cherokee High School. Ethan Barone.
Our next presenter is Dr. Bretz.
Good evening. My People's Choice is Jace Hargraves. Over the past 2 years, I have seen tremendous growth and increased maturity in Jace. Jace transferred to Cherokee as a junior, but in his time here, he has become a part of our community, building relationships with staff and students alike. This year, as a senior, Jace played on our unified basketball team, giving up his free time to compete with our multiple disabled and autistic students during our second unified season. Jace's kind nature and positive attitude signify a bright future for him as he leaves Cherokee behind and goes on to college. Congratulations, Jace.
Our next presenter is Ms. Caputo.
My People's Choice recipient is Jenna Heimgardner. I've had the pleasure of knowing Jenna since her freshman year, and I was impressed with her strength and maturity from the first day we met. I have watched her face challenges throughout the years with grace and resilience. Jenna's sense of humor is unmatched, and she is always able to brighten the day. Jenna does not seek to be in the spotlight, but she deserves to be honored for all her hard work and her kind heart. I am wishing her all the best with her future goals, and I know she will continue to be a success beyond Cherokee. Congratulations, Jenna.
Our next presenter is Mr. Carr.
My 2023 People's Choice selection is Jake Zabricki. Jake has demonstrated an outstanding level of leadership among the class of 2023. Jake is a generous, outgoing, humorous, and caring student that is constantly looking out for others. His ability to be inclusive to all and his Cherokee spirit make him my 2023 People's Choice recipient.
Our next presenter is Mr. Eric Cassidy.
My People's Choice is Gabby Racinto. Gabby is a leader on and off the basketball court. The way she carries herself as a leader is a joy to watch. Gabby did a great job of motivating her teammates, and she leads by example. Gabby Racinto.
Our next presenter is Mr. Kevin Cassidy.
My nomination is Mark Sorali.
Mark is always a pleasure to have a conversation with and always stops and says hello. Mark will work with anyone and help anyone in class. Mark is an all-around great human being and a great young adult.
Our next presenter is Mrs. Chofko.
My People's Choice recipient is Mr. Anthony Lopez. Early in the year, Anthony asked me if he could team teach a class with me, and an opportunity presented itself where I was able to have him assist me one day. From then on, he was known in our class as Mr. Lopez. I can say without a shadow of a doubt that Mr. Lopez made such a difference in our classroom, as he was personable, funny, respectful, and inquisitive. However, it was second semester PE where Mr. Lopez really impressed me. He had made it a point to encourage, include, and help coach a peer with special needs. Congratulations, Mr. Lopez.
Our next presenter is Miss Diametto, which will be read by Miss McCannis.
So I'm here for Mrs. DeMedio. Her People's Choice nominee is Anna Milillo. I hope I pronounced that right. Anna stood out for her since first meeting her sophomore year. She is an outgoing, kind, well-rounded young woman. She always initiates a hello and a smile in the hallway. Anna hopes to pursue a career in education. I do not doubt that her caring demeanor, positive attitude, and strong work ethic will serve her well in college and beyond. It has been a pleasure to work with Anna, and I wish her nothing but the best in the future. Congratulations.
Our next presenter will be Miss Atkins.
I hadn't known my People's Choice Award nominee until she walked into my first period class on the first day of school, and it's hard to imagine that I've only known her for 6 months. That's the kind of impact Gianna Gambino has made on me this school year. My People's Choice Award is Gianna Gambino. As a senior in a class with mostly underclassmen, she is a role model for those that will come after her. She is truly a hard worker, perseverant, and kind to those around her, characteristics that can sometimes be hard to find in this time. I can't thank Gianna enough for brightening my days and teaching me all the new slang. I know with her work ethic and determination, she will be successful in everything that she does. Gianna Gambino.
Our next presenter will be Mr. Fortunato.
My 2023 People's Choice Award recipient is Cassie Newhouse. Some years it's a challenge to decide who will be the one who is my People's Choice nominee. But this year it was different. I knew just where to start, who to recognize for her moxie, her talents, her heart. It is you, Cassie Newhouse, who deserves to be known for the person you are, the personality you've shown. It was back freshman year when you started out on this stage as an orange Oompa Loompa, quite a wonky page. You impress at auditions, in rehearsals, through shows. You work hard, hone your talents, and your skill set just grows. You know what you want and give it all the effort it takes. And like anyone with resilience, you learn from any mistakes. You're compassionate, kind, insightful, and true. You're charismatic and bubbly. All the best things are you. When in class, you're engaged and your thoughts are first rate, even though your research paper was about 3 weeks late. You take things in stride and you don't take no guff. You are just the right balance of sweet and of tough. Now, I'm sure you can't wait till you leave here in June. Just don't wish away all of that timing too soon, for you'll be greatly missed as you walk out these doors. But with your ethics and talents, the whole world is yours. So remember, as Sue said, you are youer than you, and continue to prove what Cassie Newhouse can do. Congratulations.
My People's Choice Award goes to Angeline Bowie. Attaining a perfect 6.0 GPA over 4 years is an impressive and rare accomplishment. However, Angeline Bowie is defined by much more than her perfect academic record. This achievement is surpassed by Angeline's grace, humility, and exceptional quality of character. All of this will lead her to great success in college and beyond. Collaborating with Angeline and watching her emerge with strength and perseverance has been an honor. Congratulations, Angeline.
Our next presenter will be Ms. Glatz.
My 2023 People's Choice nominee is Riley Fitzpatrick. I've gotten to know Riley very well over her time at Cherokee, coaching her for 4 years at cheerleading, having her in class last year, her junior year, cheering her on at our sports unity basketball games, and most importantly, all the conversations and laughs in between. Almost every free minute Riley has, she spends volunteering, yet she maintains such good relationships with her friends, peers, and teachers. Riley, your leadership, patience, and enthusiasm does not go unnoticed. Congratulations.
Our next presenter will be Mr. Guerrero.
Good evening. My People's Choice recipient is Sam Snyder. Although I've only been at Cherokee just a few months, my People's Choice recipient was relatively easy to pick. The young man that I chose is someone I've been fortunate enough to get to know over the last 4 years. I've coached against him at a rival high school, I've watched him play against my own son on the athletic field, and I've witnessed him volunteering his time after school to work with other Cherokee students in need. This young man has tremendous character and always goes out of his way to make others feel important. For leading by example and representing Cherokee High School with such class, Sam Snyder, you are my People's Choice recipient this year.
Our next presenter will be Chief Harvey.
Good evening. My People's Choice celebrated a birthday yesterday. Caroline Wickramakka. Creative, friendly, and respectful. This young lady always greets you with a smile, a new bold fashion statement, and probably some new artwork. Assigned as platoon leader for the largest Navy JROTC class, she ensures their classmates look and act like they are expected. She took this very seriously and requested a copy of my roster so she could remember the names and faces of all students. I'm extremely proud to present Caroline as my 2023 Renaissance People's Choice Award recipient.
Our next presenter will be Mrs. Henry.
My People's Choice Award goes to Olivia Scuteri. Olivia is a hidden gem in the halls of Cherokee. Although she is modest and often overshadowed by louder students, she is actually quite special, and I don't want that to go unnoticed. She is creative and talented as a dancer and cheerleader, but she is also intelligent and thoughtful academically, plus she has a great witty sense of humor. Olivia is a student any teacher would love to have in class, and a human being I am so grateful to have come to know. And I hope she believes in herself as much as I believe in her. Congratulations.
Our next presenter is Mrs. Herbert.
Good evening, everyone. Aiden Hammond is my People's Choice Award winner.
Aiden's quiet strength and kind personality can light up any room. Aiden is a dedicated athlete and wrestler who is willing to put the time in to practice his skills. I have no doubt that he will be successful in any path he chooses. Aiden is a true Cherokee chief who has a bright future ahead of him. Aiden Hanna.
Our next presenter will be Mrs. Herpin.
I had a difficult time deciding on who to choose, so I have two. My nominations are Jessica and Sam Sisti. Jessica is deserving of the People's Choice Award as she is trustworthy, accountable, and tolerant. I first met Jess during the pandemic. I was attempting to teach accounting virtually and in person at the same time. And as challenging as that may have been, Jess was always present, engaging, and respectful. What I really enjoy about being Jess's teacher is her cheerful attitude, her self-advocacy skills, and the manner in which she supports her sister Sam. What I hope for Jess is she continues to grow her confidence and realize that she is an amazing, resourceful individual capable of anything she puts her mind to. Congratulations. Samantha Sisti, I nominated for People's Choice Award as she is a fitting example of Cherokee's core values: accountability, integrity, and respect. She demonstrates these core values in her life inside and outside of school. Sam respects her education as a priority, advocates for herself with content she may struggle with, holds herself accountable to being punctual and adhering to classroom rules, and demonstrates integrity by helping others, including her sister Jess. I look forward to hearing from Sam in the future, sharing how she is achieving her goals by adhering to her core values. Congratulations.
Our next presenter will be Ms. Hillian.
My People's Choice recipient is Sanaa Mitchell. Last year, I had the pleasure of meeting and getting to know Sanaa Mitchell when she joined the African American Cultural Club. As she shared with me some of the challenges in life that she has had to endure, I am amazed at how strong and optimistic she continues to be. She is a positive, smart young lady who I believe will go far in life because she strives to be successful in all that she does.
Our next presenter will be Mr. Lee.
Good evening. I have known this young lady since she was a wide-eyed ninth grader trying out throwing the shot put for the first time. From day one, such a hardworking and pleasant young student athlete. I did not coach her in 10th or 11th grade year, but she always took time out to stop, keep me posted on how she was doing, and she always put a smile on my face. This world will be a better place with more people like my 2023 People's Choice Award winner, Miss Despina Minau, or Des. Thank you for being here.
Our next presenter will be Ms. Lynch.
My People's Choice nominee is a student I wish I could have taught all 4 of her years here. Jess Jacobson is the epitome of a good human being. She is kind, conscientious, thoughtful, and hardworking. I have been lucky enough to keep in touch with her since she was my student 3 years ago, and I am so proud of her maturity and growth throughout her time here at Cherokee. Jess, no matter where this world takes you, I know you'll continue to be the amazing person you are. Congratulations.
next presenter will be Ms. Mancinelli.
Good evening. My 2023 People's Choice Awards goes to Montserrat Zapata. Monty is my People's Choice Award nominee for 2023 for a million reasons, but I will try to keep it to 4 sentences or less, unlike Mr. Fortunato. Monty has faced a great deal of adversity in her lifetime, more than most of the students I have worked with in my career. She has managed to keep a smile on her face, her head up, and a positive outlook on her future. I am so proud of her resilience and perseverance. Keep smiling, kid. You'll do great things.
Our next presenter will be Ms. McGarity.
My People's Choice nominee and recipient is Miss Julia Thomas. I had the pleasure of teaching Miss Julia Thomas during the 2020-2021 hybrid school year. Her resilience with the in-person and virtual schedule, her consistent, full-faced attendance, undivided attention, and active learning were exemplary and commendable. Julia stood out as a digital citizen who practices a balance of screen time, readily socializing with peers in the stolen moments before, during, and after class. An enthusiastic reader who dubs her library book recommendations Julia's Picks, a creative wordsmith and visual artist, an avid hiker and climber, a lover of plant and animal life, and an informed and responsible steward of the environment, Julia graces the halls of Cherokee with the coolness of individualism and forges onward a lovely and auspicious trail.
Our next presenter will be Mrs. Malagrana.
Good evening. My 2023 People's Choice nominee loves Cherokee and will tap her way into your heart. This young lady truly represents what it means to be a chief. Chief, C, she's classy, conscientious, and compassionate. H, she's honorable, high-spirited, and full of heart. How do you know it's you? I, she's inspiring, incredible, and has integrity. E, she's enthusiastic, exemplary, and empathetic. F, she's fun, friendly, and fabulous. These are many of the reasons why my People's Choice recipient for the 2023 school year is senior Olivia Valenta.
Our next presenter will be Ms. Miller.
My People's Choice recipients are Jimmy Puglia and Matt I. I've had the pleasure of teaching Jimmy and Matt for the last 4 years. We've been through a lot, a pandemic and virtual teaching, a hybrid school year, among other ups and downs. These two have been a bright spot in an otherwise trying and difficult time in my teaching, actually showing up to my Google Meets, always greeting me with a hello, and making me laugh daily. I've watched these two grow and mature over the last 4 years and become young men any teacher can be proud to know. Jimmy has become my go-to mechanic, and Matt is my fanatic of all things Philly sports. I can't wait to hear about all the things these two will do in the future, and we'll miss them tremendously next year. Jimmy Puglia and Matt I.
Our next presenter will be Ms. Milligan.
My People's Choice Award goes to Gianna Ercolani.
life, you meet someone who easily brings a smile to your face, someone who always tries to see the bright side of life, someone who truly cares about others and goes out of her way to show it. Gianna is one of those people. Although I was only her counselor for 1 year, Gianna has continued to make a lasting impression on me. Just seeing Gianna smile in the hallway or at her place of employment brightens my day. I will miss her next year as she heads to college, but I know her positive attitude and overwhelming kindness will lead to all future success. Gianna.
Our next presenter will be Mr. Mizuraka.
My People's Choice selection is Claire Gallagher. Claire is a tremendous example of what a student athlete at Cherokee should aim to be. She's a model teammate and friend. She's supportive, positive, accountable, and a natural leader. Her teammates gravitate towards her energy. She never fails to deliver the right attitude, often filled with humor, at the right time. Above all, Claire is unbelievably resilient. She's not one to let a bad day, week, or month get the best of her. And when things get tough, she displays a level of composure unparalleled by her peers and finds ways to turn setbacks into opportunities for growth. It's been a privilege for me to coach Claire, and I hope she understands the appreciation, gratitude, and respect I have for everything she's accomplished and the impact she's left on our program. Claire Gallagher.
Our next presenter will be Mr. Montgomery.
My 2023 People's Choice Award goes to Jenna Dances. I have had the pleasure to work with Jenna as a counselor and advisor for peer leaders in No Place for Hate. I've greatly appreciated the conversations we've had, all the hard work that she has devoted to making Cherokee a great place for all students. I'm so proud of the young woman she's become, and I cannot wait to see where her bright future takes her. Congratulations, Jenna.
Our next presenter will be Ms. Moore.
Hello. My People's Choice Award goes to Sarah Barba Giovanni. Out of all the students I've had the pleasure to teach over the past 15 years, Sarah has to be one of my favorites. She's kind, funny, caring, and hardworking, but I'm not so sure that she sees that in herself. So I am honored this year to present her with my People's Choice Award and to leave her with this quote from Christopher Robin. Always remember, you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think.
Our next presenter will be Mr. New.
Good evening. My People's Choice nominee this year is Michaela Spade. I met Michaela as a transfer student her junior year. Michaela has grown so much in her senior year here at Cherokee. She is a very enthusiastic, kind, and motivated student. I know she is excited about graduating and doing great things in the world. It's been a pleasure working with you these last 2 years. Wish you all the success in the future. Congratulations.
Our next presenter will be Ms. Scannell.
Good evening. This nomination is actually from 2 Cherokee teachers. Both my husband and I share the same nomination and adoration for senior Liz Ellis. Mr. Scannell shared about Liz. Liz is one of the most recognizable presences at Cherokee High School, and not just because she is perpetually late and always found roaming the hallways. Her maturity, intelligence, and independent spirit have earned her the respect of both her fellow students and staff. I will always be impressed by Liz's resilience and honesty, and these qualities will serve her well in the future. And although I've never had the pleasure of having Liz as a student, we have bonded in the school store over double chocolate chip muffins and our morning chats about her life adventures. Liz is an old soul and wise beyond her years. She has overcome obstacles and adversity that would paralyze many adults. She is kind and fearless, smart and savvy, sometimes grumpy about being awake so early, but always holds herself accountable to be her very best self. I know you probably hate all of this attention right now, but you have totally earned it, and we want you to know how special you truly are. And there's gift cards and then the flowers to make it worth your while.
Our next presenter will be Mrs. Snyder.
Good evening. My People's Choice nominee is Sophia Flynn. Sophia, I have seen you grow from a shy freshman to a confident, strong young woman. I'm so very proud of how far you have come, and I can't wait to hear how you continue your language skills to help others in the future. I will miss you very much when you graduate. Congratulations.
Our next presenter will be Ms. Sparrow.
Good evening, I'm Mark Sonsini. Dana and I are with the Wenatchee District Office of Media and Communications and LDTV, and our People's Choice Award recipient is Jack Denick. Now, many of you may know Jack by everything he does here at Cherokee, but we've also had the opportunity and pleasure of working with Jack since 2019, including this year, during which he's been an intern for us at LDTV. Since his freshman year, Jack has been an integral part of LDTV sports, covering sports for each of the district's 4 high schools. He's worked crew for over 50 varsity sporting events, doing everything from camera operation to more advanced positions. Jack can also be found training new students for troubleshooting technical issues.
Aside from sports, one of Jack's projects this year was to create a 30-second public service announcement for the Heads Up I Scored Safe Driving campaign. Along the way, we asked Jack to make several revisions to make the video just right. Jack took suggestions and criticisms like a true professional, and with maturity not often seen at his age. We actually just found out last night that Jack's PSA came in first place. He'll have even more success next year at Ithaca University. Everyone at LDTV is very proud of you and can't wait to see what you accomplish in your future. LDTV will miss you next year. Congratulations.
Our next presenter will be Mr. Stanley.
My 2023 People's Choice Award is Manning Taylor. Of all the students that graduated this year, I think she's going to be the one I miss the most. Teaching's tough sometimes, and having a friendly face, consistent friendly face in your room every day is just a wonderful thing, and that's what she's been for me. She's been in my part of my life since she's been a freshman, and sometimes as a student, but always as a friend. I always remember, favorite memory of her is how she and a friend of hers every day would take a sticky note, put a cartoon on it. So eventually, by the end of the year, span the end of it to the other side of the room. That's what we call classroom presence. Okay. I'll miss her next year, but I'm very grateful that I had the time to get to know her. Thank you.
Thank you to all of our senior presenters. Please join me in giving a round of applause to our senior award recipients. At this time, we will continue our ceremony with the presentation of the junior, sophomore, and freshman awards. Our first junior presenter will be Mrs. Castor.
My 2023 People's Choice Award recipient is Mia Carducci. In the 3 years that I have known Mia, I have seen so much growth, dedication, and heart. It hasn't always been easy, but you persevered through the challenges you faced with poise, all the while maintaining an empathetic view of those and the world around you. Thank you for your kindness, your participation, your growth, your honesty, and for being you. You should be proud of what you've accomplished.
Our next presenter will be Miss Del Lucio, which is read by Miss McGarity.
I am delighted to read Ms. Del Gershio's People's Choice nomination of Johann Shin, as he is also a student for whom I hold high regard. Ms. Del Gershio writes, "When I look at Johann sitting in my class, I am struck by how much he has changed over the course of the year. He started off in September a little unsure of himself. He was a bit overwhelmed by the expectations of the class. As the year continued, I saw Johann transform into a dedicated, hardworking student. Despite the adversity he has faced, Johann made the decision to start fresh, and he continues to strive to do his best each and every day. I am so very proud of him."
Our next presenter will be Mr. Ewing.
Thank you, bud. It is my great pleasure to nominate for this year's People's Choice Award, Kelsey Ross. Kelsey represents everything that you love to see in a student. She works incredibly hard, in and out of the classroom. She always asks questions. She engages in every classroom conversation, and she constantly shows off her school pride with her Cherokee attire. I've been blessed to have Kelsey twice in class. Freshman year, when it was extremely difficult with the hardships that came along with COVID. But both her freshman year and her junior year, she has been exemplary. It is my privilege to have Kelsey as her teacher and to honor her this year with the Cherokee People's Choice Award.
Our next presenter will be Mr. Glotz.
My People's Choice Award goes to Steve Azafifa. Steve is an outstanding young man with great emotional intelligence. He is someone who is not afraid to ask questions and be himself at all times. I always enjoy engaging in conversations with Steve because he's always genuine with his responses. I look forward to Steve doing good things in his future as he continues to be his genuine self.
Our next presenter will be Mr. McKinney.
Hello, everyone. My 2023 People's Choice Award is Tommy Patrick. I want to commend Tommy on the variety of characteristics that he displays on the court and field, in the classroom, and in the community on a daily basis. From the fierce competitor to the compassionate friend, Tommy understands what a situation calls for and responds in a way that benefits everyone. Tommy embodies the values that I would hope every student can take away from Cherokee High School. Tommy Patrick.
Our next presenter will be Mrs. Morgan, which is read by Miss Snyder.
Good evening. I have the pleasure of presenting this award to Young Chang on behalf of Allison Morgan. I have nominated Young as my People's Choice Award recipient for 2023 because I've thoroughly enjoyed having him in class this year in Spanish 4. He always has a positive and encouraging attitude, is quick to crack a joke, even in Spanish, and doesn't let aspiring to perfection in Spanish get in the way of enjoying our class to the fullest. He brings a light of charisma and fun to every encounter and relationship with each classmate. It has been a blessing to watch him grow, and I will miss having him as my student. On behalf of Mrs. Morgan, and I couldn't agree more.
Our next presenter will be Ms. Trejo Maniviola.
It is with great pleasure that I nominate Samuel Levin for the People's Choice Award, who today during class asked me the color of my outfit for tonight because he wanted to match. I do not know how he figured it out. No lo sé, dijo azul. Azul. Sí, azul, casi. Okay. I have not met anyone as passionate about language and culture as Sam. In the future, I see Sam walking through las calles of Mexico, interacting with people, putting all his Spanish skills into practice, because that is one of the things that he loves to do. Sam loves to talk to people, and not just talk to people, but actually get to know people. Sam, you have a beautiful soul. Do not get another one, okay? Felicidades.
Thank you to our junior presenters. Please join me in giving a round of applause to all our junior recipients. Next, we have our sophomore presenters. Our first sophomore presenter will be Mr. Barlow.
Hi. My nominee for this year is Julie Seng. Julie is a great example of what it means to be a Cherokee chief. Julie is energetic, positive, hardworking, and filled with school spirit. She shows her love for Cherokee by helping everyone around her and attending more after-school events than anyone I've ever met. Julie is the type of person that you love to have in class, and she is the reason why I love teaching. Julie Seng.
Our next presenter will be Mr. Coyle.
Sky Gallagher is the reason teachers choose this profession. As an educator, there are few things more fulfilling than passing on hard-earned lessons to those who are willing and eager to learn them. Sky is a talented young woman who demonstrates a sincere passion for the material, a dedication to her craft, and a sense of pride in her work, which drives her to excel and push the boundaries of her capability. She is the type of student that I look to build a program around, and it is with pride and gratitude that I named Sky Gallagher as my 2023 People's Choice Award recipient. Congratulations, Sky.
Our next presenter will be Ms. Imbreo.
My People's Choice Award is Sophia Peterson. Sophia is a student who consistently strives to excel in her academic pursuits, who is self-motivated, and is often the first one to raise her hand in class. Over the past few months, Sophia has demonstrated initiative as she asked me to advise the Ukrainian Club, a new club that she has founded. As a sophomore, she has already achieved so much here at Cherokee, and I can't wait to continue to work alongside with such an inspiring student and continue to grow the Ukrainian Club together. Congratulations, Sophia.
Our next presenter will be Mrs. Inamorado.
Good evening. My People's Choice for 2023 is Jaydeep Ashkumar. And I think he knew. Not only is JD a polite, friendly person, but he is an exemplary student as well. When JD answers a question, you get an insightful answer plus the reasoning behind that insightful answer. He volunteers to read aloud, participates in class, uses his time wisely, and consistently gives 100% effort in everything he does. New to Cherokee this year, JD has taken Cherokee by storm. His smile lights up the room, and you can't help but like him instantly. Cherokee is a better place because of students like JD, and I am extremely lucky to have him as a student.
Our next presenter will be Ms. Martinson.
My People's Choice Award is Julia Saraday. Julia is first and foremost an artist. Her talent and passion are impossible to ignore, and oftentimes I felt like I was learning even more from her than she was from me. Her endless creativity and amazing work ethic have made her both an asset in our classroom and as an awesome yearbook editor her first year in the club. Julia Saraday.
Our next presenter will be Ms. Pompey.
My People's Choice Award goes to Gabrielle Garafola. Ellie, as we like to call her, is a very thoughtful, pleasant, and helpful young lady. Ellie is always the first to volunteer and always generous with her time with her classmates, lending them help in our fashions class. Her kindness does not go unnoticed. I look forward to seeing her each day and hearing about any current projects she is working on and all of her stories about dance, cheer, and her latest driving escapades. Congrats.
Our next presenter will be Ms. Reed.
I chose Ashley Siegel for my People's Choice Award. I chose Ashley because of her sincere kindness and willingness to help anyone and everyone. She is true to herself and confident in making the right decision in any situation, not caring what those are doing around her. I have enjoyed getting to know Ashley better during our time together in study hall, and I look forward to watching her continue to grow into a well-rounded young lady. Congratulations.
Our next presenter will be Mr. Vera.
My 2023 People's Choice Award goes to Evan Brofinkel. Evan is a student that every teacher wants to have in class. Every morning he shows up with a huge smile on his face that's contagious to all around him. He goes above and beyond to help out in any way. Evan is the young man that I hope my son would be like someday. And today for Take Your Child to Work Day, my son came up here and got to have a catch on Cherokee's football field with Evan, which was pretty special for all of us.
Thank you to all of our sophomore presenters. Please join me in giving a round of applause to our sophomore recipients. We will now continue with freshman presenters. Our first freshman presenter is Mrs. Berner.
Hello. My People's Choice Award winner for 2023 is the remarkable Miss Kaya McIntosh. Kaya McIntosh speaks her mind. Surrounded by a few reluctant classmates this year, Kaya has repeatedly spoken up and voiced all the insightful and sometimes vulnerable things that no one else will. She is a game changer in the very best way. Her written voice on the page and her spoken voice in the classroom reveal just some of her remarkable attributes: empathy, humor, passion, and intelligence. William Wordsworth once wrote, "Fill your paper with the breathings of your heart." And Kaya, you already do. Congrats.
Our next presenter will be Ms. Havers.
My People's Choice nominee is Gianna Silverio. I have known Gianna since she was a little middle schooler, coaching her in lacrosse, and Gianna deserves a People's Choice Award because of her bubbly personality and consistent work ethic. She always says hello, goes out of her way with a smile, and treats all of her teachers and classmates with respect. Gianna Silverio.
Our next presenter will be Ms. Hughes.
Hi, I would like to give my People's Choice Award to Bansi Patel. I teach business and software, and in the classroom when students ask for help, they would have to wait their turn and have the teacher come over and help, unless they have a Bansi. Her bright smile, as well as her kind and patient demeanor, willingly travels around the room, meeting the help requests of her fellow classmates. I think they would rather ask for her than for me. So I'm willing to step aside and give the people what they want. They want their Bansi, and I'm lucky to have her in my class.
Our next presenter will be Mrs. Johnson.
Buenas noches. So all I can say is, wow. Thinking back to September, Kenzie came bopping into my room and we started having a conversation. And from that day on, we have spoken to each other daily. She has a bubbly personality, she's full of life, kind, considerate, and she has the best smile. I don't think I've seen her without a smile on her face, and her enthusiasm is infectious. Kenzie embraces life. She's charismatic and extremely outgoing. And suddenly, I knew who her dad was. I had a light bulb moment. It went poof, and I was like, oh, ay Dios mío. Okay? That's right, Randy. She got her enthusiasm from you, but this nut doesn't fall far from your tree. Gracias a Dios, she did not inherit your ability to learn Spanish. You may have given Spanish the boot, but Kenzie seems to thrive in class. She's such a great kid in every way possible, and she certainly is a bit of a chip off the old block when it comes to qualities that make others feel good. She's from such a great family. I'm proud to have Kenzie in class, and I feel blessed to have gotten to know her this year. Felicitaciones.
Our next presenter will be Mrs. Armstrong.
Do your best when no one is looking. If you do that, then you can be successful in anything you put your mind to. This quote embodies the work ethic of Ashley Carbonek. I have had the pleasure of coaching Ashley this year on both the field hockey and lacrosse teams. In both seasons, her off-season training was evident and her coachability was unmatched. I also have Ashley in my sales and marketing class. As one of the only freshmen in the class, Ashley thrives and excels in environments that challenge her. For me, it's the little things Ashley does that make her stand out. From her eye contact and body language to the positive way she converses with her teammates and classmates, Ashley is a role model in all aspects of her life. Ashley's so positive that last week in a lacrosse game, she got a yellow card and she thanked the ref as she was being kicked off the field. For her dedication, unwavering work ethic, and positivity, I'm proud to give Ashley my People's Choice Award.
Our next presenter will be Mr. Stickney.
My 2023 People's Choice Awards goes to Baron Hinson. Baron always has such a positive and upbeat attitude when he comes into class. He has a great work ethic when it comes to school and athletics and always wants to improve and do his best. Baron always has a smile on his face and is one of the nicest and respectful students I've had. Congratulations, Baron.
Our next presenter will be Miss Wood.
Hey, saving the best for last. Gianna Brown is my People's Choice Award. She tries her best to hide, but sometimes I can get a peek into the life of the real Gianna, the silly, nature and animal-loving, strong person. I have only met a few students during my career who want to talk about caterpillars and animals as much as Gianna does. Seeing the smile on her face and the light in her eyes when she's talking about the things that brings her joy warms my heart. Gianna, I hope that, just like a caterpillar, you remember that you should not stay in your cocoon. We need the world to see the real Gianna, the thoughtful and compassionate person. Congratulations.
Thank you to our freshman presenters. Please join me in congratulating the freshman recipients. Thank you to all the staff members who presented tonight. Let's show our appreciation for all of our 2023 People's Choice Award recipients. Finally, Renaissance Advisor, Ms. Hazlitt, will now conclude the evening with closing remarks.
Oh, I'm so glad I can't see any of you. Real quick, when I'm finished, you guys gotta stay on the stage. They're gonna take a group picture, okay? And also I have like 80 of your iPhones in my jacket and a purse and sunglasses. So see me when we're done. Hello, my name is Mrs. Gabby Hazlitt, and I have been given the task of saying our closing remarks this evening. I am one of the co-advisors of our Renaissance Club. I wanna leave you with a quick story. I grew up not far from here, on the other side of the bridge. In my neighborhood, I lived across the street from a park. And every day, I would play basketball until the big kids would kick us off for a full court game. One day, I got asked to play with the big kids. That is where I met my friend Rick. We became great friends. He taught me how to drive, he helped me get my first job, and we kept the Dairy Queen in our neighborhood in business. Cut to college, I met a new friend, and he had a sister. She was transferring, and she needed a roommate. I became her roommate. She didn't have a boyfriend, Rick didn't have a girlfriend. I thought it would only be right if two of my favorite people met. They ended up falling in love and getting married. I am saved in their phones as the reason. Their kids call me Aunt Gabby, the reason. I'm the reason they met and they fell in love. My point is that we all have reasons. Your children tonight are our reasons why. They make the long days, the lesson plans, parent emails and long practices, and being away from our families, and being made to give speeches you have to give in front of large crowds of parents, worth it. Thank you for doing such a great job and making it easy for us to pick them. Thank you for giving us a reason to love what we do. I also want to thank our Renaissance students who are working this event, Mr. Lamplugh for being our go-to principal, Mrs. Charlesworth, our Board of Ed members, Shaniqua and LDTV, Chris Coyle, Chief Harvey and the ROTC, and the great Lenape Regional School District. Thank you for coming, and have a great night.